Hey guys, how are you?
Good, and you?
Yeah, good to see you.
Hi there.
Hello. So, we have all lovely ladies today and the gentlemen. Sorry, yeah, but more people are joining. How are you? All good? Yes?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, all good.
Yep.
All
Yeah,
good.
fine.
Guys,
Hello.
I'd like to introduce you now that I see Raquel with us. Let me introduce you. She is not a teacher, but our new designer. So hopefully she will help us with the design, the appearance of the website, the image, and everything. Yeah. So welcome to you, Raquel, to this meeting. And I asked her to join just to get to know you, to understand how we work and what we need, and improve little by bit, little the message and everything because everything transmits. So. As I said in yesterday's announcement, today I'd like to focus on one thing, which is a habit that you guys need to take. Very easy habit. I'm not going to talk about anything difficult that you cannot do, but believe it or not, it can be determinant for your growth. Actually, everyone that has done it have end up having good growth. And if you don't do it, then results are kind of hectic. They can, or it's a matter of luck more than something consistent, right? So I'm going to again try to contextualize a little bit to put you in context so that you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, it will be just void out of context. So the context is the following. You guys are English teachers. This is great. We are in the English teaching business. This is great. The market in language learning, especially English teaching, but not only English, let's talk about Spanish, other languages, mathematical reasoning. So the market of teaching and learning is huge. This is great. But the market changes, and we need to understand it so that we take the best decisions in any moment and any place. I've been repeating that it's not the same to grow in if you are based in London or in the UK than if you're based in Spain, then you if you're based in Mexico or in South Africa. Yeah, I'm using locations of partners that we have here, or in Hungary or in Bulgaria, so every part has its different locations. We have to understand them and respect them. Now, sometimes when we go for after these meetings, when we get to know each other, they're fantastic. We interact, we exchange a lot of information, and then you you go and do things. Sorry, just a minute. So you go and do things. And here is where I sometimes have the feeling that there are things that you must have forgotten, or maybe we need to remind better. So the things are, once you are executing things, then what towards where you are going. Now, 5 years ago, let me repeat that, we had this opportunity of being locally represented in marketplaces. Marketplaces was our plan A, pretty much, because they would put in contact locally people in Barcelona, teachers in Barcelona and learners in Barcelona. So learners in Madrid and teachers in Madrid, and so on. And these marketplaces worked fine because people would understand that the value that you have is in teaching, but also in traveling to their home or company or whatever, wasting time and then having a class with them. But um, with over the past years, everything changed to the digital, to digital online solutions. Right now, in a way, this is an opportunity, a huge opportunity, because your local market has dramatically expanded. So when we expand the market, of course, we have more chances. but also it's more difficult because now in marketplaces, we have a lot of huge concentration of teachers and students that can find us or not. But in any case, that huge concentration of teachers makes the prices to drop down. So I'm not saying here don't be in the marketplaces. Yeah, you can be, but expect that the behavior of the client is one certain, the way they choose you is one certain, based on price, based on the photograph, based, on very superficial, especially on the price features here. So what I'm saying is this plan cannot be your plan A. It cannot be that. And I'm telling you this because many of you have reached me and have said, yeah, I don't have, access anymore to this marketplace. And it was my first choice or my first source for students. Don't cry about it. Do not, really. There is another bigger chance where you can be represented online. We have to go and get them, find these places. And I'll tell you what you do, what to do about it. But every time we talk about marketplaces, they shouldn't be your plan A. Believe me, guys. Plan B now currently is much better. And what is this plan B? So there are 3 very simple steps, and then I'm going to tell them and I'm going to explain why I believe that they're very simple steps. From previous talks, transmit value through content. Do not sell, transmit value through content. This is the first very easy thing to remember. Now, for a person alone, and let me tell you now here, any solution that you can read about, that you come across right now, Carla is now here with me and she asked me to mention it. All the solutions currently feature or have in mind people that work alone. So for instance, when someone tells you find your niche, they think that you're alone. So they cannot tell you something different, but find your niche, because otherwise you won't be outstanding. But this is a solution for one person alone. And there is a lot of, deception. Well, there is a hit and there is a miss in this statement. It's not completely false, but it's not completely true. We'll see why. Okay. So whatever the message, it features one person alone. And since there is nothing else that you can provide, having in mind that you're in the marketplace with all very similar proposals, they tell you find your niche. But the truth is that English teaching itself is a niche. It is a niche. So within that, can we have specific purposes? Of course we have. Of course we have them. But do they constitute a niche itself? It's very hard. I mean, we have to have it in mind to broaden our service. But if you focus only on one of them, you miss a lot of market. This is the truth. So this is a mistake that a language school would never do. A language school would go for the market itself, for the broader picture. A teacher alone can try to go for a niche. But here I said, let's go and get the business of a language school. And your circle of objections can be, yeah, but I'm an English teacher. Perfect. That's great. So being an English teacher, there you are just one step from having the business of the language school. It's in your hands, really. And it's not difficult. It's not more difficult for you than it was for the person that set the language school in the first place. It is easier actually, because the person that set the language school in the first place has to deal with the barrier number one, overheads, and you don't have that barrier. So all you have to do is remember something. You have certain hours to offer to the market, 20. But if you see the big picture and you offer service, then you can go for 100 and for 1000 if you wish, out of which you can teach your 20 hours. Okay, so this is the mindset. This is the mindset that a school has, and you may not have yet. Perfect, but you are a step away from achieving it. So how do language schools do it? They go for they go and they say, they transmit resourcefulness. They say, I have all these teachers. Can you do the same? Yes, you can do the same. I have all these peers, all this community. They're with me. I am with them. So we're together. We have exactly the same resourcefulness. Now, the second thing is, where do I tell this to people, So, and how do I do it? And here is the difference. So we do it with content, we transmit value, we don't sell. Selling is something that, yeah, you can read about how to sell a dream and how to make a billboard purposeful, and all this is great. You have to have that in mind. You have to perfect your communicative skills every single day. But if we offer value, then people are going to take us for our value. They will remember us for our value. They will follow us for our value. They will respect us for our value. They will choose us for the value that we bring. This is first. So step one, three steps to succeed. Transmit value is first. Where? Right. So in social media is a channel, but a channel that not just here is where a lot of people have this hit and miss strategy. So focus. Social media you have to focus. Find the groups. Now we talk about niche. Find the groups that might need something that you have. That is a niche, not you trying to find diligent lawyers that want to improve their communicative skills by presentation and whatever. Yeah, this is a billboard. Find the group on Facebook. Find the people on LinkedIn. There is where you have to be, you have to have sharpen your strategy, sharpen your tools. And you have to identify these groups. It's easy. Once you have identified these groups, you join them, and then without spamming, we post content of value. Now, if you have to do it alone, at first I said everything that you come across nowadays is for people that are alone. They will advise you create all the content. But how crazy is that, to create all the content? You cannot do that. You can do it together. So together, because we're together, we have a blog there that is full of content of value, each blog post being created by someone that thought carefully about it and wrote it, right? So creating posts can have a very, very, very big value for you guys as creators, and when you post and share someone else's blog posts. There are two strategies. You start with sharing what's there, posting what is there, created by someone else. It will give you the outcome of clicks, the outcome of leads, and the process afterwards. But if you create a blog post yourself, and that post with time is organically positioned, then leads will come without IDCs, without that, just organic searches. They land into your blog post, and then these leads are for you, right? So the strategy is extremely simple. You have a starting point always. which you can perfect when you start creating. Okay, so and the third step of the strategy is the one that you always miss. You have to be constantly doing that, consistently doing that, every day. This action plus follow up 30 minutes a day. So these 3 steps, remember, it's like, it reminds me of this cosmetics. So 3 steps to beauty, you know, but 3 steps to succeed in this is transmit value, find the niches in social media and put the content there, the content of value there, and be constant. And don't forget about the be constant, because every single person that I know that has been constant has good results. And all the rest that have all the circle of objections that, believe it or not, are in your heads, not in reality. Those people, they think, oh, but I'm not a marketer. Oh, yeah, well, you're not a marketer, but if you know how to do Control C, Control V, or copy paste, you've got it. That's it. So transmit value, one. Transmit value. 2, find the target, find the segment in social media. It's easy. You join the groups and you post there. 3, you do it every day for 30 minutes. Now, another colleague of ours was doing it, and she said, Radmila, but I have no traction. I have no results. So I said, show me what you're doing. And she said, I've joined 30 groups, 40 groups, and I'm doing every day there. I post there every day. And I said, and what do you post? Show me. And she showed me, and it was pretty much about take these classes, try one class for free, and that's that. And she was taking them for towards Oxinity with her IDC. And I said, look, this is great, but it's like showing people again and again the same picture. So imagine that you are invited to a meeting with your friends, and you are taking your wedding album, for instance, photo album, and they again and again have to see the same pictures. How crazy is that? They will end up sick of you, so do not do that. Show them things that would get their attention, that would bring value, and that they would enjoy reading. And I can tell you, there are plenty of them in the blog now. Without spamming, show value. Yeah, this is it. And do that every day, guys. Every day. Okay, so now, do you remember the 2 strategies that I defined? Who can tell me? Adriana, Blanca, what are the 2 strategies that I just mentioned? Do you remember them? Blanca.
Yeah. I actually came in late because I was waiting for a class that just got canceled. So
No worries, no worries. Okay, so there was plan A and plan B, and I was telling you, some of you go for plan A all the time, cry over not being successful with plan A. What was plan A and plan B? Do you remember? Adriana, give it a go.
I think, well, I arrived late. Hey, hi
You
everyone.
too. Kaylee, plan A and plan B, what were they? We can't hear you.
So plan A was the marketplaces. And then I suppose plan B was the socials.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we had to change course just because of the way the marketplaces are changing shape and they're no longer as effective for us. And so it's not to completely neglect the marketplaces, but to focus on engaging more strategically online.
Okay, yeah. So this is it. It's not that I'm against marketplaces. It's not that. Be there, perfect. But marketplaces are they allow you just to do one thing, one strategy, which is me, me, myself, my classes, my hours. This is it. Me, myself, my hours. End of it. This is what they can do. This is what you can do. So plan B is now a service. Now a service to within the whole social media, universe, because it's huge. I can find my segment. Or I can find segments, not my segment. I have more than just one. I can find segments and I can post there. And the specific examples are we teach English and mathematical reasoning to kids. There are groups of very concerned parents about the kids' education. Okay, so we can go and find them. Now, tell me, if I am, what do you think, guys? What do you think? Do you think that this plan A, which is I, myself, my hours, and just that in marketplaces, is it easy or difficult? Because maybe I'm thinking here that it's very difficult, and you tell me no, it's extremely easy. What do you think? What's your experience here? Is there anyone that finds it achievable, easy? Carla?
I think difficult for marketplaces. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. I think it's difficult on marketplaces. This is what I feel.
Yeah. Okay. You think it's difficult. Anyone else experience with marketplace? Or just relying on you alone? How do you find that, Josie? Go for it.
So for me, I've actually had quite a lot of luck with one particular marketplace in Germany. Yeah, but I did follow some advice through Georgina, which was to place adverts around Germany. So I think it's, I've actually got like multiple places going on, but I still believe I don't want to put all my eggs in that basket and just rely on it, because it's going to be good weeks and bad weeks, and definitely I want to explore more on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. Yeah,
that's it. That's great. So whatever works, you continue doing that. Okay. So and then you add the consistency and this advice of you just being there all the time that I just told you. Yeah. Anyone else? So basically, when you are, Josie, let me ask you this: when you are in marketplaces there in Germany, do you have the feeling that it's all about the price? Can you raise your price? Can you raise?
You can put whatever you want. So this marketplace is a bit more like Gumtree or something. So it's called eBay Klein, but it's like it's the marketplace in Germany for everything. And at first I had a few like weird people and I was like, oh no, this is not going to be a good avenue. But I've had about, I don't know, 15 leads from there just over the past month. Not all of them I've managed to get into Oxinity, but most of them, yeah. So I'm sort of playing with the rules a bit. I don't know how many adverts I'm actually supposed to be allowed to post. I'm trying to like spread it out so I don't like get my account shut down. But yeah, it seems to be working.
I mean,
it's very flexible. Yeah.
Okay. And how many people do you compete with? Do you know?
I've had a little bit of a look. A lot of people are just offering like in-person classes. Yeah, the competition, I don't know. They don't seem to be able to offer this like community that I can. I don't talk about that so much in my advert because I think people do in their minds just want one teacher. But literally, as soon as they message me, I give them my number and tell them to get me in WhatsApp. and then I just tell them about like the system and the community and everything. So
And
yeah.
and is there like a price, an average price that
20 to 25 euros. Yeah.
for
So,
in person or for online?
for both. So I think, yeah, 20 euros for online. So I've been offering 18, which I think is a nice like round number, and a little like just a little bit less than what other people are offering, but not too much. But then when I bring them in, I'm like, but group classes are actually cheaper anyway. So, you know, I feel like it's a bit higher than the group classes, which is nice to make a bit of a difference. Yeah.
Okay. That is great because Germany has a higher lifestyle. So, okay, there is an opportunity. But now let's do something. Any experience here with Spain? People that are in Spain? Or Carla or Blanca? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I feel like my experience has been very like when I boost my ad on Tus Clases Particulares is the only one really that's worked for me. Wallapop, I think I got one lead from there, but he just wanted a free class. It's pretty obvious from the beginning, but I feel like I get a lot of people that will contact me. Then I don't know if it's what I'm saying to them but I don't know, taking that step to then from contacting me to actually signing up for the trial class, that's been my most difficult for me. I don't know.
Yeah, of course, because I mean it's natural because you're not the only one that they approach. So they would choose. Who do you think that they would choose?
The cheapest.
That's it. It's just this, Blanca. There
It
no.
seems like everyone really wants one-on-one. Once you mention group, it's like, no,
Yeah,
I don't know. It's been
they want the cheapest and that's it. So yeah, you sooner or later with this, if you take just this road, you will come across the price issue. Yeah. So Josie, over to you. Back to you again. What do you think is going to happen in the future? Now there is a momentum for you, but what do you think is going to happen in this situation, in these marketplaces, in this
I mean, I guess I've only been doing this really for like a couple of months and like 6 weeks really doing the marketplaces. So it's really difficult to predict that. But I mean, I already noticed this week I've had a little bit less, but I have a huge list of places yet that I still need to post adverts. Also, as Blanca said, I have also been boosting them. I can't really afford to do that a lot, but just a little bit to see how that works. And I did notice I got like a couple more leads from doing that. But obviously that costs money. Again, like I don't want to put all of my sort of all my trust into this one thing. Like I also want to explore LinkedIn. Like I'm quite fortunate because I used to work for a company, so I already have like quite a good LinkedIn profile. So I think like I've been thinking about trying to create a strategy for that. I actually did just get a new student who works for the government in Germany, so I'm hoping that might be quite a good contact. I'm doing business English with him, so we'll see. I think nurturing students as well and trying to get other contacts through them.
Yeah,
is good
that's
route
great.
as well.
That's a great. Okay, that's great. All right. Now, again, what you've started doing, I think that has a greater a greater future than the one in the marketplace. Why is that? Because you are going and looking for opportunities, and you will find them definitely, especially when, again, let me insist on that, when you go and put the value first. When you put the value first. So if you are looking for these opportunities with companies and in front of their eyes they see something useful for them, then they're going to sooner or later react to that. Okay, but you need to be constant and consistent. Without that, it's just a drop that will vanish, a drop of water that will vanish, and nothing will happen. but a lot of it, or 30 minutes of it every day, will definitely make the difference. I wanted to ask you, what do you think will happen with the marketplaces? Because sooner or later, what is good now, I mean, we've got that in Spain. So it used to be good for teachers, and now prices have dropped. We saw it in Spanish marketplaces, and Germany will be no different. Because it will concentrate more teachers, the prices will, you will see how little by little they will drop down, and those who are above the price, they're not going to be the chosen one, as Blanca said. Yeah, so
Yeah.
when you accumulate a lot of offer, prices go down. This is it. While you are in a place, and that's good, what you're doing is, I will be different places, of course, because if I'm in one, then I'm very limited. So broadening the offer is basic, but also it's also basic economics, that whenever the supply and demand interact all the time. Okay, so whenever there is a lot of offer in the same place, concentrated, prices will go down. You have to know that. Yeah. Okay. So go and find the people that can benefit from your product, but go and find them in the places where they interact. So what are the groups around lawyers or accountants or business people or whatever? Be there, join with content, be there every single day, right? Without spamming, because then people say, well, if you post 20, no, I'm not talking about 20 posts a day. Yeah, Facebook will punish you, LinkedIn will punish you. But if you put the right message in the right place, and do you know why being constant is so good? Because the devil is in the detail. And when you do one thing many times, you learn to, you observe it, you monitor it, and you know whether it works or not, and you're forced to perfect it. Now, there are completely different visions about it. For instance, some people say, okay, so I'm not doing anything until it's perfect. But it's never perfect, because you need a ground for comparison. So not until you start, you know whether it will work or not. And Georgina will tell you, simple changes make the whole difference. But she knew it because she was observing the details. And the detail can be a change in a picture, a change in the message, more attractive titles, for instance. It can be anything, but you know it only if you do it every day. Otherwise, you don't. By doing something every day, you become greater. If you don't want, if you don't take my word, take Hemingway's word for writing. So Hemingway, for those who have read it, he says this: in order to become a good writer, you only have to take one sentence and rewrite it as many times until it is perfect. The same will happen if you start following this strategy. You will find some groups at first. You will find better groups then. You will see which groups respond better, and you will see what message sticks better as well. As a result, you may want to write something for that group. If you write it in the post, it dies there. If you write it in a blog, it can organically grow. So consistency will take you from plan A basically to plan B. Just consistency, constantly doing things, will take you from plan A to plan B. And
Camila,
yeah,
can I add just a little thing here? Plus,
yeah.
think about the algorithm. In all the codings are created so they see when you post, and if you are consistent, publishing every day is being consistent. But if you say, I will publish on Monday and Wednesday and on Saturday, whatever it is for you, but do it. And religiously, like every time, because the algorithm will help you grow. If you publish every now and then, whenever it's suitable for you, the algorithm will not help you grow. Just take all the eggs on your basket and try to make everything possible. So Facebook, Instagram, or any platform is working the same way. Will help you grow if they see consistency and sharing, which actually is something maybe we will talk later. I just wanted to add to this thing that you said that they have to be consistent. That is also something technically, if you do it, not only because you will work and you will know the ads and you will follow up on the groups and everything, also the algorithm will help you grow because they see that you create content and it's reliable on you.
Yeah, that's very true. Absolutely. So remember that, guys. Remember these words. Consistency, again, is in the very bottom of success. Okay. So another to what Nuria adds, I will add as well something different. So to the consistency, add the variety. Now, the variety means I'm not talking about myself all the time and my wedding photographs. I'm talking about you, to you, through content that is what they need, content of value, right? And I know that many of you right now are thinking, yeah, but you're telling us this every week and this is what I do. And it's not, because I don't see it so much. I see it with some of you, but not with all of you. So I see that you do things on social media. This is true, but many of these things are not. First of all, it's like they're not put in the right to the right people in the right moment with the right message. So, for instance, I'll give an example. Whenever you share something that stays just in that platform and has no continuity to any other to your environment with your code, with your IDC, yeah, you've done it. We see it, and people interact, but it stays there. So this is a mistake. You know, when you try to put the right content, because LinkedIn also has groups. I think that the Facebook groups work better, but LinkedIn also has groups. So whenever you put in these groups, which are around a niche, yeah, when you put content that is targeted at them, interesting for them, in this case, chances that people react are higher. Okay, so it's not about you anymore. Plan A is about me. Plan A is all about me. And I will pray for people to take me. So plan A is when you are somewhere, call it a marketplace, call it whatever, and you try with the message that you put to convince people that you have an issue or that you are better. But the context is not helping. The context is one of the context, the whole thing favors the price, not the message. You know, that's why plan A is difficult, because plan A doesn't favor the message over the price, but favors the price over the message. Plan B favors the message over the price, and that is value. So when you understand that, then it will all make sense. You will take your message to the right segment, and it is in the social media, and you only have to do it every day so that you find out what works and what doesn't. Okay, so Carla, let me ask you, because you wanted to talk about the niche. Does that make sense to you, and how you would apply that?
Yes, yes, it makes sense now. As you said, when we look for groups and we find groups on Facebook or LinkedIn, then they are our niche.
That's it.
However,
Yeah.
we at Oxinity, we offer more than one product. I mean, it's not only one product. So
Yeah.
we're like a pool, basically. Like it's like the physical school. They, offer business English, English for kids, and this and that. So we are similar to, actually, we are like a physical school, but online.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, when you meet friends, let me go back to that. It's when you meet friends, you want to know about them. So you ask them questions about them. And when they tell you something, when they share something, then you try to give them an advice that applies to them. So, not the other way around. Yeah, we don't talk about us and what we are and who we are and what we, no, no, no. We listen to them. So it's the same here. When you go to the lawyers group, then you talk to lawyers and you put that message to them. Not about you. You don't talk about yourself to lawyers, you know. You take value to them. Okay, and they will start perceiving you as someone that knows about their needs and that talks their language. Therefore, you know, your service will be better valued. Okay, Adriana, you wanted to explain something?
Yeah, I want to talk about my experience in general.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did is starting with Facebook groups because I teach Spanish. So what I did is wrote I don't know, a message, right? Like we have in promos, kind of standard message, right? Like, let me introduce myself, blah, blah, blah. Let me, a little bit of introduction of what we are. And post this message. Well, I get into absolutely all the groups that it contains the word foreigners or expands or Spanish or learning Spanish or absolutely all the groups in all the countries, like all the countries that you can find foreigners or expands that they want to learn Spanish, right? Londres, all Europe, right? And then I did exactly the same with for example, the Latins in Spain, that they will need English. Change the verb. So at the beginning, I was sending these messages to on the post. No, people ask for things, so I just send them individually. But it gets to a point that because you have interaction or you have movements or you have people contact you. So I start from there. Then I start to create content. But that was my start, and it works because it's a little bit more individual, right? It's a service, like, you know, you chat with everyone. Or you have to do filters because then it's everyone, no? But for me, worked out.
Of course, yeah. So Adriana, just to contextualize, Adriana is a Spanish teacher, and yeah, that's her. She targeted exactly what she explained. Provides her, what is it, a couple of leads a day. Almost every day, you've got a couple of leads from that. Am I right?
Yeah. I mean, I have some days that I have more, I have some days that I have less, but I have this activity, you know, like a little bit constant, let's say that, just started.
But again, in the very basis of everything is her being constant. And because she's constant and consistent, she then can perfect and can, and again, Nuria's recommendation, whatever it is, the algorithms recognize it and they praise you for that. Yeah. So Adriana just summarized the secret to success. And there is no other, you know, it's not
constant.
Sorry?
Be constant. It's like create a habit, do it every day in the same places. Of course, as you said, you need to change the message, the creativity or whatever, no? But be in there is what it's giving me results.
Yeah.
Could I ask just one little thing? It's more like a demand right now that I'm going to do to Adriana, for example.
Yes.
Because now I've been like 2 weeks on with the Oxinity account, and I see that you guys do not tag Oxinity like as a tag. Do you know? If you do, it allows me to enter and mention you and help develop your message, because of course I'm in your side. So when you tag Oxinity, not only I can repost it in the Oxinity official, I also can, as a person, enter and comment or help sharing the content and everything. So if you are here, please, whenever you do something, as you tag your friends, tag us, right? So we will be able to help you grow your message by sharing it, mentioning it, and doing everything that other people may not do because they are scared for some reason. Because people sometimes, it looks like it's difficult for them to give a like, right? For me, no. So every time I get a mention from you, I will enter and I will try to help you grow your message.
That's
So
great.
please do it, because I've seen that none of you does it, and it's a way to grow.
I will. It's
And
the thing is, I never tag anyone because what I've been doing before, it's sending private messages to people, you know.
all right.
I didn't post anything yet, so I have my contact, so I will. Thank you. No.
You're welcome. And another thing that is important for you to know is that Radmila is talking about the blog. The blog, we are now created things, and you see the blog as something we do, but you can create a content, and in the same way, you create this message, and then you can post it in the social media. I've seen some of you, because of course you don't tag me, but I try to see your names and go to check out what you're doing. And some of you are creating very valuable content, like words, how to talk about clothes, or how to teach children several words, whatever. Why don't you just create like a little chat, like explain why you're doing this, post it in the blog, and then post it? Because
Very good.
one, this it's going to go with your EDC, right? Mila can show us how to do that, right? Because it's a very easy way. Because when you create a post, a blog, it's not that we are in Oxinity getting those views. It's you creating this blog. You will put your EDC, right? So everyone is about to share your EDC, guys. So be smart. Just create your blog post, then do this little change that Radmila will going to show you, and you post it in your social media. Of course, you will tag me, now you know, and I will repost it everywhere with your EDC. So you are growing for free, and you are letting this go. And it's something we are now going to be a lot in the social media. So we are going to help you guys go over these marketplaces that you are all in. This is what it is making you different than others.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will show you now. Let me thank you, Nuria.
You're welcome.
I will share my screen and I'll tell you how exactly this happens. So, for instance, okay, there are blog posts for all type of purposes. These ones for the cities, for instance, we're going to post in the different on different groups. For instance, different Facebook groups for about around things to do in a specific town, Sabadell or Badalona or Hospitalet, and so on and so on. Now, this one here is let me just check it, has amazing content. Yeah, that can be, for instance, very good learning, piece of learning for, I don't know, a P3, P4 level students. Okay, so if I think that this is content of value, for instance, and I like it, I can do this, simply this. I take the code here and look at that now. Now I can take it to my wall and share it here, or I can go to any of the groups that I belong to that I don't find now because I have to use my own profile, I guess. And in these groups here that I belong to, yeah, then I can post this post where I think, for instance, I don't know, here, well, I don't have a suitable group for that post, but I don't know, this one, for instance, we're teachers, yeah? So maybe here I'm not going to find, maybe this is not the right group. Maybe there is another one which is more suitable. I don't know. Here, yeah? So in this one, activities and educational resources, maybe I can leave that content with a tag, with a message saying, fantastic opportunity for people, for P3, P4 level students to learn this and this. And I leave it and I share it that way. Yeah, so everything in the blog post actually, everything in the blog can be used that way. So yeah, option one is you stick it, you post it in your wall, or you take it to a group. A group, this is for kids. So there are many blogs that are targeted at kids, and if there aren't, like this one for instance, if there aren't, you have the opportunity of creating them, because whenever you create a blog post, it will organically grow as well. In this way, when I here type Academia Inglés, my favorite example, but it is true. This blog post is absolutely amazing. So when I write these keywords, which are very relevant keywords, now our colleague is here. You know, it's here, page 1. She's here, along with the best, with sites that pay a lot of money to Google to be positioned first. And this post, she did it last year or a couple of years ago, and now it's page 1. And no wonder why this partner of ours has so many leads now. No wonder, because she is relevant even in organic search. So whatever you do there has to be a strategy behind, and the strategy of I share content of value to the segment that needs it is extremely easy. Extremely easy. So as easy as that. This is it.
You see, the EDC is automatically put it there.
Exactly.
The way he did it. So whenever I repost this, it's you see your EDC going everywhere.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now my copy has to contain something targeted at whom, not about me. You know, about me, forget about it. No, about them, learners. Who is it for? Who will benefit from it? So this is what we write here. We write our little introduction. We put the right hashtags. For instance, it can be aprender inglés jugando, o aprender inglés con canciones, or whatever. Google, Facebook will tell you, you know. Imagine that it was a kid's post. Imagine we can use even hashtags that Facebook suggests. It's not, so I'm not going to do it, but this is it. So these are the things that you, if by doing every day, you will perfect and you will become masters of it.
And don't forget to put at Oxinity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Questions,
I have a
guys?
question. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So you said, okay, we write a message. Can you advise us what message can you write when you post a blog?
Carla, can you please repeat?
Oh yes, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell us some examples of messages that we can write on the post?
Yeah. What I do sometimes is I take a quote from the post itself, from the blog post itself, something inspiring, something interesting, and then I put who this is for, you know. So the call to action eventually is, if you're writing or if you're thinking of how people can benefit from it, tell them, you know. So if you want to, for instance, for those who want to find an easy way of improving their ... Here I leave you this post. You know, what sticks with people are, I found out that whenever we put like tips for learning easily without effort, or whenever you help them remember, whenever you present it in an effortless way, that is better. The message itself, even the message itself, the copy itself, you will improve. You just start writing something, a quote about something you liked is very helpful. Put it in the first place.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. The experience that I had yesterday or today, this morning, one of our email campaigns reached someone that a partner that you used to work with us years ago, and she said, "Oh, by the way, I saw a campaign about the mathematical reasoning in English. I got curious. I was curious about it." And she started searching for what we're doing currently. So this is something that caught her attention, you know. So okay, what we can do is we can also lead by example. So we promise to be much more consistent as well with our social media. Now that I've got the great help of Nuria, we're going to be also consistent, but we're going to learn from each other as well. You have great examples there. The example, for instance, of those people, people like Adriana, Georgina, that are doing it on a day-to-day basis, they're perfecting their copies as well. So it's all right to take it. It's all right to copy. In this case, we're a community and we can help each other in this case. But a good way to me is read what the blog post is about. There is use the summary, use the something catchy from it, and use it in the first place. This is your plan B. Yeah.
Yes. And regarding plan A, because I'm working on two classes particulares, super prof, etc. But how do I find other marketplaces? I don't know, in England or other countries. Do I just Google marketplaces in England or marketplaces in Italy?
With these same keywords on Google. Google will tell you. Yeah, but you have to know where you're going with this as well and what to expect there. So it will be work. You will be working on it with the results that we discussed before, just so you know. Okay. Okay, so eventually, when you do that, yeah, I know that you were thinking, but I want classes hours for me. I don't want classes just hours, but that's how you get classes for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Can I show you something to finish? Just a minute, because I did something, you know, I'll show you. Maybe this metaphor will also stick. I don't know. We'll see. So do you know, yesterday, for the Orthodox Christians, which I am, was Holy Thursday. And do you guys know what speaking of eggs, Josie said, eggs in a basket, we dye eggs. Have you heard about that tradition? If you haven't, look at this. I'll show you.
Cyprus, because they're in Cyprus.
In Cyprus, exactly. They're
For me, it's new.
okay. So here are my eggs. I did them yesterday. Aren't they beautiful?
Yes, beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. You think so?
Yeah.
Pretty.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah, I
Yes.
like them as well. But look what happens. Look, I have only 15 of them. Yeah, and look what happens here.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. So my eggs, which are over here, you see my eggs now among all these eggs.
Yeah.
Sorry. My eggs are kind of ugly. If you, yeah,
more
I don't think
simple,
so.
more simple. Let's say it that
they're kind of.
way.
The rest of the eggs are more beautiful though, because a lot of expert hands have been dyeing and painting and decorating them. So mine are kind of basic, aren't they? Yeah.
They're minimalist.
Eh?
Minimalist.
They're
Yeah.
minimalist. So I think when I show you, when I saw my eggs, I said, wow, they are so beautiful. But when you compare them and put them in a marketplace with many others, they're kind of quite regular. So who will buy Radmila's beautiful eggs? If they're cheaper, maybe someone. But I doubt it. I doubt it. Yeah, so this is it. These are the things that you have to think. Now, if I were to put my eggs in somewhere where there is different type of food, fine. Yeah, so we have all types of food here, and so are some, beautifully decorated eggs. And if I go and then say, oh, but in Japan, they have no Easter eggs. It's all sushi, right? So, then it's all about the context, guys. This is plan A. This is the context. So be there. You can put in different marketplaces these whatever you have, but it will be about your limited product. Okay. So if that is something that if you learn to place and to put things that are of interest for others where they are and where they interact, then it's a different story. This is it. Great. Okay, so questions, something to finish with? Conclusion. Yeah, we can think that we have the best of the eggs and the strongest and the most beautiful ones, but the context is everything. If we put them along with many others, they won't outstand. Yeah. If we go and put our unique value and message in different places for the right people, so my beautiful eggs in the Japanese, with Japanese people that are not so used to Easter eggs, maybe I have a chance. This is it. So plan B is your plan, okay? All right.
Nice
So
metaphor, Radmila.
Say?
Nice metaphor.
Nice metaphor. And Josie put it so easy for me. Thank you. Yeah.
No worries.
So, plan B, okay? If after this talk now you still go and think, oh, I have to find the marketplace and I have to, I have to do whatever that then I've done badly. But if you then think, okay, so who will like what I have, and not only what I have, but what is available here for me, who will benefit here? Are you a lawyer? Read this. Are you a kid? Read this. Are you a whatever? Read this. Read it, read it, read it. Value, 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 value. Every day, consistently, constantly, and perfecting. Yeah. And whatever doesn't work, we get rid of it. And then we perfect and we perfect. 100% of success. Hours for you. Happy teachers. All right. Great. Okay, guys. All right. So let's call it a day, and please go for plan B. All
Can
right.
I say two things, Ramila, please?
Sure. Okay.
The first thing was for all those people who might think, I don't know marketing, I can't do this. I was thinking, influencers don't know either. And they probably don't even know how to take pictures. And there they are. So I think if they can do that, we can do many other things. It's not a question of knowing or not knowing. And then I read your yesterday that we were going to talk about habits. So I started thinking about habits, which, by the way, every single thing that happens every single Friday automatically triggers a reaction from me. I've been saying this to Blanca this week, sharing that. And There we go. I forgot. Oh yeah, it's the anti-metaphor. The metaphor of smoking. It's a horrible habit, and when you start smoking, it doesn't feel good. You know, you want to puke, but it's one action. It all starts with one action, only one, and then maybe it's difficult. But after repeating and repeating and repeating, it becomes a habit. What I'm trying to say here is that we can't create a habit like that, no? So it's maybe what you're saying, it's just one action and the fact of repeating it every day until at one point, like, it's automatic. Like Adriana, just you don't even think about it. It's mechanical. It just happens every day. So.
And Carla, very true, Georgina. And Carla, your brain will start thinking in terms of copy. Like you will start perfecting because it is true. When you do design every day, you start thinking as a designer. When you do, Raquel can tell us, when you do social media every day, you start thinking as a marketer. Nuria can tell us. When you do copies every day, you start thinking as a copywriter. This is it. This is it. But you learn so much along the way. And you know, and you find the way, you find the path, you just learn to look to find and identify what works and what doesn't work, and this is ours. This is it. Eventually results come, just that.
Yeah.
So remember, consistency over anything else, over creativity. Consistency is even better because creativity is a matter of training as well, as Georgina said. It is a habit. It can be fostered. Consistency, this is it.
Okay.
Great. So thank you so much for your inputs and for everything, and go for plan B. Go for plan B. And let me know how you're doing. Maria and I are here to help you as always along the way with whatever you might need, Carla, being it a copy or whatever. Little by little, we'll get there. You just tell me, I want to share this to this group, and we'll help you with the copy. Great, guys. Okay, so thank you for being there. For those who are Orthodox, happy Easter this Sunday. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Rodina. Thank you,
Happy
everyone.
Easter.
Cheers.
Happy
Bye-bye.
Easter. Bye bye.